Hi everyone.
Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Jill.
We're coming to you from Jill's backyard in front of her pool, and it's pretty hot out here.
Yes, it is hot. And we are out here to talk about sunscreen.
Yes. So today, Jill's going to show you a picture of the damage that the sun does to your face when you do not protect with sunscreen when you're out in the sun. This is a picture of this young lady with her face under a black light. So if you can see all the damage that she has, that's caused by the sun rays.
And we all went out in the sun without protection, and it's okay to go out in the sun without protection for a little bit because we need vitamin D, and
Right.
That's how our body produces vitamin D, is through the sun. And that's how long does it? It's about.
Well, there's lots of people that have the vitamin D deficiency, and I am one. But and it's you can get enough vitamin D in your body by sitting in the sun at least 10 minutes a day, and you do not get any damage to say for the first 20 minutes?
About the first 20 minutes. And when you do go out to get that vitamin D, try to do it not in the prime time like
we are right now.
The old do as we say, not as we do. So it's best 12 to 4 is the worst times, or 10 to 4?
Well, yeah. I mean, in our hot summers where we are, I would say anytime in the morning sun, if you can get out at least 10 minutes a day, then you can fulfill your vitamin D.
Exactly. And vitamin D, that helps with depression. It actually helps fight cancer. And so it is a good vitamin that you need. Now, the sun, there are two types of rays. There are UVA and UVB. And the UVA are the ones that damage for aging. So you can always remember the A, aging, and the B are the burning rays. And so both types of rays come from the sun, and we need to protect from both types of rays. Excuse me. And so there are different types of sunscreen. There's a chemical sunscreen as well as physical. Now, chemical is going to absorb the UVA that comes in, whereas a physical, it just blocks it. I don't know if you can see on this picture how this is dark on this side. That has a titanium dioxide, which is a physical sunscreen, so it blocks the UVA and UVB rays. And now the chemical, again, it absorbs the UVA and UVB rays. So it's really good, unless you're really sensitive, to have a mixture of both. Chemical and physical.
Yeah, that would be two different kinds, correct?
Yes. And you can find it in various things. Moisturizers. And moisturizers typically have chemical. This is what you typically find in moisturizers. And you can also find in your foundations. Now, the thing about foundations, they typically have titanium dioxide, which is your physical. So when you use your moisturizer and your foundation in combination, you're getting
both.
Right.
But that's only on your face, right?
Yes. Now, something I heard recently, that in order to get this little word SPF on a product, it costs about $1 million in testing just to get SPF written on the product. So they
that
do
contains
stringent, right?
An SPF.
So you need to look for the good brands, but also if you look, some of foundations actually say titanium dioxide, so they have some protection, even though they don't say SPF. One, because they haven't been tested, but that doesn't mean that they don't have some sort of a SPF protection.
A protection.
Now, you want to use, I mean, that's for day. Like you said, that's just for your face. So let's say, what if I'm just driving to work, or if I'm sitting in the office? What then?
Well, it depends on if you're sitting in front of a window or near a window in an office, and we don't realize it, but when we drive, we have our hands on the steering wheel, which are exposed to the sun. And if you have on a sleeveless shirt or blouse like I do today, then your arms will be exposed to the sun. So even going out driving in your car, you should protect your skin with a sunscreen, because as most people know, that the sun will cause the age spots on your hands, on your body, and so you want to protect from that. So always apply your sunscreen on that part of your body that's being exposed.
And then, like in the office, you think, well, I'm inside, what does it matter? But you don't realize that the windows, they only block the UVB rays. They're not blocking your UVA rays. And the A are your aging as well as your cancer-producing rays. So you definitely, even inside, if you're by a window, you need to think about that as well. Now, some other things I found interesting, when you are outside, let's say you're going out for the day, like we're out today by the pool, how much would I need to apply? I mean, how would I know the right amount?
Well, just to give you a visual, you should apply at least an ounce to an ounce and a half. If you take a little shot glass and you would fill it up, that's how much you should put over your entire body. You would start with your face, and then you would apply it. And maybe contrary to what you've heard before, the sunscreen is
not water resistant.
It's not water resistant or
like
waterproof like we thought. The sunscreen companies cannot use that anymore. So what you need to do is, once you apply, you should really keep track of how long that it's been since you applied it, and 2 to 3 hours later you need to reapply.
Yes, and when you get out, like if you swim and you get out and towel off, you need to reapply it again.
The same amount, the 1 to 1.5 ounces, and just use a shot glass and see how much you can put in that little shot glass and apply it, and kind of give you an idea, and you'll know.
And you typically want to apply it also 30 minutes before you get into the sun. And
so has enough time to absorb.
Exactly. So let's say you're at the beach all day, and we were talking about reapplying. One person at the beach should use 1/2 to 1/4 of an 8-ounce bottle.
So that's telling you need to reapply
every couple of hours. And so another thing is, and we're talking about SPF and sunscreen, but there are other ways. Cancer is very prevalent. It's one of the top cancers of out there.
Yeah, skin cancer.
And the people who have had skin cancer, or who are prone to it, the more fair skin, the more freckles, they need to cover in other ways, such as hats, shirts, long sleeve shirts. They actually sell them that have UVA, UVB protection built into the shirts. And sunglasses. I've always worn my sunglasses thinking that I was helping the wrinkles around my eyes. But did you know the other reason to wear sunglasses?
It actually protects your eyes.
I did not realize
Yeah.
that sun will contribute to the development of cataracts.
Yes.
And so it's really important. So our sunglasses aren't just for vanity. They really do protect your eyes from the sun.
And children should wear them also.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
And then their sunscreen. So be careful. Do your research. You would be surprised at some of the brands that we all thought were the very best of the best, we found aren't necessarily the best of the best. So be sure and go out and do your research to see what are some of the best sunscreens. Because think about it. We just talked about you were talking about children or even ourselves. You're out for a whole day with this sunscreen on you. Your body absorbs it. So you want to make sure you have the best that you can get available.
Right. And that doesn't always mean cost-wise. It means the ingredients that the sunscreen has in it.
Exactly. Yes. And if you are a retinol user, kind of going off on my tangent here, but if you are a retinol user to repair those grapes we talked about last week, you definitely cannot skip sunscreen because your skin is more sensitive. If you're taking antibiotics, or if you're on birth control, all of those things actually make your skin even more sensitive and more susceptible to sun damage.
Yep.
So that's just a highlight.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of?
Oh, I think we've covered a lot. And like we said, just do your homework and check the sunscreens that you're using and to see if they are the best ones as far as ingredients. So I think that's it, Joe.
All right.
So we're going to have fun in the sun. We're going to go apply our sunscreens, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good day and week.